You were getting really upset when you were missing some of those tough layups. It's just a preseason game. How upset are you going to get when it's a regular season game?
I don't care if I was playing with fourth graders. If I'm missing shots, I'm going to get kind of mad at myself. Not too mad it would take me out of my game, but, you know, just being, you feel me? Just being a little, you know, I don't know. I get through it and work on it.
Celtics win in their preseason home opener as Terry Rozier shines late. This is the Garden Report. Back at it on CLNS Radio and Celtics Blog. Jared Weiss here with Sam Packard at WEEI.com, the WEEI Celtics podcast, where we like to talk to each other about really silly things and edit it out. This is the Garden Report. We're going to talk about silly things and edit it out. We are back from the dead because it was the off season. It's October now, and we've got a couple episodes until we get to the season opener on the 28th. So let's not talk about this game particularly because it was a preseason game against a D-League team wearing Nets uniforms. Let's talk about Terry Rozier to start it off. This guy is electric. All the adjectives you use for him this year we used on Marcus Smart last year, but he's fun to watch.
He's absolutely fun to watch. He's one of the most explosive players I've seen play for the Celtics in a while, and he just has elite speed and elite quickness. And sometimes that gets him into trouble, but because he rushes the ball up the court. But he's just a joy to watch, and he's really attacking the rim and getting to the free throw line, which is not something I really thought he was going to be able to do when I first looked at his game. And then, additionally, he's knocking down three-point shots. So really, there's not anything you could ask for more from Terry Rozier.
He made a good point tonight in his post-game press conference that when he got drafted, one of the criticisms against him was that it wasn't expected for him to be much of a shooter. And he showed an ability to be kind of a catch-and-shoot, or at least a spot-up shooter from downtown, especially in the corners when he was in college. But you take a couple steps back when you get to the pros, and you're not. If you're a point guard, you don't get to be a spot-up shooter very often. But Rozier is showing so far that he's going to be able to take all kinds of three-point shots, whether he's coming off the dribble, catch-and-shoot type plays. He's ready to be a downtown shooter already, which is a pretty huge boost for a team that needs shooting desperately.
That, and I was very impressed by his ability to create his own shot late in the shot clock. There was a few occasions where there's kind of a broken play and just ended up with him at the top of the key, a few shimmy shakes, and he's got an open jumper right at the elbow. And that's what the Celtics need, is someone who can create their own shot. And my question is, with RJ Hunter playing so well last week and Rozier playing well this week, do the Celtics really have enough minutes to give both of them this season?
I mean, not really. They don't have that many minutes to go around. I'd say 10 minutes is probably pretty good playing time for those guys, considering who they're competing with. You know, the thing is, what I loved about Rozier is that fiery passion really kind of showed itself when he missed like a circus shot layup. He got the foul, but the ball fell out, and he like started pounding the floor. He was furious that he hit a pretty much impossible shot. If he's playing like that and he's acting like that, he's going to carve himself out more than 10 minutes a game.
Oh, absolutely. And that's something that's been said about Rozier from the very start, is his intensity and his love for the game. I actually have a good friend who worked him out over the summer and was very, very impressed with his dedication during the workouts to try and get better. So he's the exact kind of player that I feel like Brad Stevens loves, and that Brad Stevens is going to give playing time eventually.
He even talked about those summer workouts with his friends. I guess your friend was also one of those friends, mutual friend on the show here, who was talking about working on his three-point shot. It's paying off already. Quickly, a guy that can shoot the ball, RJ Hunter. I've compared him to Manu Ginobili a few times here. It's obviously an absurd comparison until he becomes Manu Ginobili, and I'll take all the credit. But he is a smart, savvy player, so 10 seconds here. Your take on RJ Hunter so far this preseason?
He's very good at shooting. He's got great defensive IQ. He's kind of a pretty boy, and he's got real long legs.
That's right. As he said, he's a coach's son. He's a light-skinned, skinny coach's son, as he said before the game. But that reputation is going to really exceed itself pretty soon. So let's go back into the locker room, and then we'll come back for part two.
That's just me. I know the veterans used to say first couple practice, like, slow down. You know, that's just me. I can't help it. Whether the other team score or miss, I want to push and try to get layups. I feel like that could be our best offense before we try to set up a play. So.